Hello, and welcome to the County Fair Antique Tractor Pull. The pull today is a 50-foot course, and the tractors have to be manufactured prior to 1960 to participate. Our first pull today is for tractors that weigh no more than 3,500 pounds. If your tractor weighs less than 3,500 pounds, you can add weights to different points on the tractor to bring the weight up to the maximum for that class. Plus, that allows you to distribute the weight on the tractor for maximum traction at the rear wheels. The tractors weigh in before each class, since the same tractor can participate in different classes, as we said, by adding weight as needed to qualify for class. £3,500 tractors pulling 4,500 pounds. The first puller in this class is a 20 horsepower Alice Chalmers WD series. These guys were built from 1948 through 1953. Let's see how she does. The Chalmers looks like it's losing traction. I think she's got what looks like a 4-foot pull today. Nice job for the little Alice Chalmers. Up next, another Alice Chalmers. Looks like a good start. Oh, right there, he lost traction. Looks like a 5-foot pull. Here we have a Farm All A Industrial. These were manufactured from 1939 through 1947. These run around 18 to 20 horsepower using an International Harvester power plant. Let's see how he does. He's taking the tension out of the tow chain. Oh, right off the gate, he's lost traction. As you can see, he's working the brakes real hard, trying to keep traction to those tires, but he's lost it, and it's a 2-foot pull at best. Here's a 1949 Farm All A. These guys run approximately 20 horsepower. Let's see how the young man does. Man gets them all hooked up. He puts his tractor in low gear, tensions the chain, lets the clutch out and works the throttle and brakes real hard trying to keep traction. But the tires break loose and it looks like a 3-foot pull. Nice driving by the young man on a Farm All A. Up next, an Alice Chalmers C. He jumps out to a good start, but pops his front wheels in the air. And if you look right here, you can see the wheelie bars that keep the tractor from tipping over backwards are digging in and are actually hindering the tractor's momentum. He's lost traction, he gets flagged, looks like a 1.5 foot pull. Here's a nice little International Mule. These tractors were designed to move airplanes around. It's a very powerful and compact design. He's off to a nice pull, but the front end comes up a little, and now he's losing traction. He's flagged for a 4-foot pull. Next up, an Alice Chalmers WC. These usually run around the 30-35 horsepower range. Nice run. No problems for this young man. Looks like he's going for a full pull. Yep, full pull. Great job. Here's a nice look at the 1,500-pound sled we're using for this pull. The cement blocks used in this pull weigh in at 1,000 pounds for the large blocks and 500 pounds for the small blocks. Up next, a really nicely maintained Oliver Super 66. These tractors run around 30-35 horsepower using a 6-cylinder Oliver motor. Here's a nice look at the strain put on these tires. Wow, big wheelie, and he gets a nice tug on the sled, and the tractor's flying down the course. It's a full pull. Nice job. Here's a nicely restored Oliver 660. These tractors were produced from 1959 through 1964. The engine on these tractors is an Oliver gasoline 4-cylinder. The original price tag of these tractors in 1964 was around $3,500. She's giving some throttle and releasing the clutch, and off she goes. Looks like a very nice run. Real smooth, and she's going for a full pull. She's got it. Nice pull. Up next, a nice John Deere Model B. These John Deeres were built in Waterloo, Iowa from 1935 through 1952. The original price tag was around $2,000. He's just above idle. He releases the clutch and he's off to a very smooth, nice run. Everything is smooth, nice pulling. Looks like a full pull again for the John Deere Model B. Next up, a well-used and well-worked Oliver 66. This gasoline 4-cylinder tractor was produced from 1949 through 1954. He's got a nice pull going here, slow and steady. Nice job, another full pull. Up next, pulling the 4,500-pound sled is an Alice Chalmers WC. This 4-cylinder gasoline engine sounds strong and is doing a nice job. Nice pull, a full pull. Here's an Alice Chalmers D10, a 20-horsepower tractor built from 1959 through 1967. The original cost of this tractor was $3,500. The 4-cylinder Alice Chalmers gasoline power plant is having no problem with this weight. Not letting the front end come up too much. Great job, another full pull. Oh boy, here comes a very well used, but from the sound of things, very well running Farmall H tractor. These were manufactured from 1939 through 1953. These tractors had International Harvester 20-horsepower kerosene engines. He's easing the slack out of the chain. He's revving the engine and releasing the clutch very quickly, and he's really moving the weight with no problem. He's losing power. Sounds like some sort of a fuel problem. But there he goes. He knew exactly what to do. He's smoothing it back out, and he's in for a full pull. This young lady is pulling with a 1944 Farmall A series. During the production years of 1939 through 1947, they built over 100,000 of these. These tractors only cost $750 in their day. The engine is a 4-cylinder International Harvester engine producing 15 horsepower. He's giving it just the right amount of throttle. She's got a great start, and she's off to a really, really nice pull. She's got a full pull. Very, very nice run. Here's another Farmall A. The Model A had a very nice match of strength to weight ratio. He's off to a nice pull. Engine sounds really good. He's moving the weight with no problem. Just look at those tires flexing under the strain. He's got a full pull. Here's our first Minneapolis Moline for the day. It's an R Series. The 4-cylinder Minneapolis Moline 16 horsepower engine seems well up to the task of this 4,500 pounds. It's a really nice pull. I think he's going all the way. Another full pull. Now backing into position is a really nice Farmall Series C. Built from 1948 to 1951, it has an International Harvester 4-cylinder engine. This is our last puller at this weight. A nice steady run and another full pull. Look at this. This is something else. He's brought his dog, who, by the way, is named Farmall. Farmall is aboard a 1941 Ward's twin row tractor, built by the Cleveland Tractor Company and marketed by Montgomery Ward's. This tractor has a Hercules 6-cylinder gas engine. 3,500-pound tractor pulling 5,500 pounds, and here we go. Oh, he's got the front end way up. He's working the brakes real hard, trying to get traction to those tires, but no, he's stopped forward motion and boom, he comes down real hard for a red flag. But the bumpy ride doesn't seem to faze Farmall one bit. Here's the Oliver 660 again. These Olivers can develop 40-plus horsepower. Looks like she's getting some last-minute instructions from her teammate. And she's off. Looks like she's getting a very nice steady pull. A really strong pull. And it's a full pull. These WCs have a Waukesha 4-cylinder gasoline engine that develops around 18 horsepower. She's carefully giving it some throttle, releases the clutch, and she's got the front end up. And she's controlling it well, not letting those wheelie bars dig in. And it looks like she's losing traction, and she stopped short and flagged. Here's an Alice Chalmers C. The C's have an Alice Chalmers 4-cylinder engine that develops around 12 horsepower, which today does not seem to be enough for this weight. He's flagged at 4 feet. Here's a Farmall 8 getting ready to pull. Lines up. Tensions the tow chain. He revs and lets the clutch out, but the tires are losing traction. And there goes the red flag. Back for another run is the young woman on the Farmall A. picking up the slack, and she is off. But she is losing traction, and she is flagged. The 5,500 pounds is starting to take its toll. Up next is the Farmall C. He gives the tractor some throttle, lets the clutch out, and quickly runs out of power. Oops, he's actually in the wrong gear and stalled the tractor. The referee is allowing him to restart. Now he's got it in low gear, and he's off to a nice start. Gets his front wheels up, maybe a bit too much, recovers well. But as he gets into the drier gravel of this course, he's getting bogged down and is out. Up next is a well-worked Minneapolis Moline. He lets the clutch out and quickly realizes he doesn't have the power and is flagged immediately.
No movement.
This is an Alice Chalmers WD-45. Built from 1953 to 1957, they use an Alice Chalmers 4-cylinder gasoline engine. They develop around 30 horsepower and is having no trouble with the sled. And breezes to a full pull. This is a John Deere Model MT built between 1949 and 1952. Only 30,000 of these were ever built. The 15 horsepower John Deere 2-cylinder engine is having no problem with the sound of things, but he can't get the tires to grip, and he is flagged. Out for his chance at the 6,500 pounds is an Oliver Super 66. The engine seems plenty strong enough, but those big 10x38 rear tires just can't seem to get a grip, and he's flagged. Here's the Oliver 660 getting hooked up, and she hits it. Oop, there goes the traction. And there goes the flag. Here's the Minneapolis Moline ready for his try at the 6,500 pounds. The Moline can't move the sled and is flagged. Here's the Oliver Super 66. Yep, this weight is starting to eliminate a lot of these 3,500 pound tractors. Here's our Oliver 660 back for a shot at 6,500 pounds. And comes up short today. Let's add 500 pounds more for an even 7,000. Well, before we start the 7,000-pound pull, the track gets some needed reconditioning. As you can see, water is added to the track at the starting line, so the tractors can get the sled started. But as the sled travels down the course gets drier and exerts more and more friction on the sled. A roller is brought in to smooth and compact the course. First up is an Oliver 77. Manufactured from 1948 to 1954, they have a 6-cylinder, 25 horsepower Oliver engine, and it seems it has plenty of power for the 7,000 pounds, and it's a full pull. Here's a 20 horsepower Farm All H for a try at 7,000 pounds. Big rev, big wheelie, and a full pull, another full pull. Here's an Alice Chalmers WD. He revs and releases the clutch. But as the sled hits that drier gravel, the power and grip quickly disappear. Here's the Oliver 66 off to a nice strong start. But the front wheels start to come up as he works his way through that drier part of the course. But he gets a full pull. This is a Massey Harris 44, manufactured from 1947 to 1955. They have a gasoline 4-cylinder 30 horsepower Massey engine. Again, he's losing traction as he goes down the course. And he stopped around the 15-foot mark. This is a Farm All H. He's got a nice controlled start. But there he goes, he's losing it and is flagged. This is our first Ford in the competition. It's a 960 manufactured between 1954 and 1957. It features a 30 horsepower 4-cylinder Ford gas engine that powers this tractor to a full pull. Alice Chalmers WC gets a good start, but is getting bogged down in that drier gravel and is flagged at 7,000 pounds. Here's an Alice Chalmers WD, but it's getting around the same results as the WC before it, around 13 feet. Here's a young man with determination on his face. He carefully aligns his Farm All H, takes up the slack, revs and releases the clutch. He's got his 20 horsepower Farm All really working for him. He seems to be a very aware driver as he watches his front wheels as well as keeping an eye on the sled. He's doing a great job and has a full pull and a little fireworks to boot. Here's another Farm All H. He gets the engine revving, pops the clutch, and tries to power down the course. But his Farm All H is losing traction and is flat. This is a John Deere Model B. He gets a slow, solid start, but he's getting bogged down and quickly loses traction and is flat. Here's a really nice Farm All H with a really nice controlled pull. And it's a full pull. Here's a tractor we haven't seen today, a Case D series. Built from 1939 to 1953, it has a Case 4-cylinder, 33 horsepower motor that seems to be having no problem moving the sled. He gets a nice full pull without the front wheels touching the ground. A really nice pull. And Alice Chalmers WD has a nice start. But the engine actually stalls under the weight. Whoa, right off the line with a wheelie from this Oliver 66. Is going to complete a full pull without the front wheels on the ground. Nice pull. Here's a nice tractor, a John Deere AR, built from 1935 to 1952. Nice tractor, but not up to the pull today. This is an International Harvester 1952 Super H, whose engine is just not up to it today, pulling the 7,500 pounds. Up next is a 1937 John Deere Model A. He lines up, revs and lets the clutch go. Just look at this tractor clawing its way down the track. But he can't keep it up for long and is flagged. Here's a 1952 Farm All H ready to try. He gives it a couple of revs, pops the clutch, but the Farm All is losing traction and he's flagged. The Oliver 660 is hooked and ready. But the traction is just not there today for 7,500 pounds and is flat. The Farm All H is up next. He's got the sled moving, but the Farm All just can't maintain the momentum and loses traction. This weight is starting to take its toll on these vintage tractors. Here's our Case DI back. He's decided to line up slightly off center and try to get some good traction on the course where it's not been chewed up so badly. But it looks like the offset has pulled the tractor off course and actually made it harder for the tractor to get traction and is flagged. The Oliver Super 77 is up first for a try at 8,500 pounds. And from the looks of things, he's going to get a full pull. Yep, a good full pull. Here is a very nice looking Farmall 340, which is sounding very strong off the line and continues powering through the course and is in for a full pull. A very nice looking run. Now let's jump ahead to the big boys and start loading the sled with some real weight. Here's a big Farmall 560 to try to take on this huge weight. He seems to have plenty of power to move the sled, but can't seem to maintain traction and is flagged. An Oliver 88 up next with 70 horsepower. It should have the power, but will he maintain traction? Nope, he can't keep it going and is flagged. This is an International McCormick Deering W9. Built from 1940 to 1953, this 35 horsepower, 4-cylinder International Harvester gasoline engine is struggling to move the weight, but he's got it going. But I don't think he's going to maintain his grip, and he's out. Here's the Farmall 560 for a try at 13,000 pounds. He's hooked up and ready to go. He's really getting the engine RPMs up, pops the clutch, and wow, a giant wheelie from the big Farmall and has the sled really moving. But the weight is starting to slow his progress, and he is done. This is a powerful looking Minneapolis Moline Model Z. And that's a powerful sounding 16 horsepower engine as well. Let's see how the driver handles all this power. Looks like he's going for a full pull. This is a John Deere 70, built from 1953 to 1956. This is a beautifully restored tractor. Listen to that distinctive pop, pop, pop sound of the big bore 2-cylinder engine. Nice start. Continuing a really strong run. And a full pull for the big John Deere. This is a John Deere 730, another 2-cylinder model. Gets the weight moving and immediately gives it more throttle, and the big John Deere is really digging in. The big John Deere is digging in. Sounds like plenty of power. His tractor is struggling. I think he's going to go for a full pull. Nope, he's lost it right at the end. Here's a John Deere 60 hooked up and ready to pull. Look at his technique. He's got the chain nice and tight and is going for a very slow, controlled takeoff. He's working the throttle beautifully. He's doing a really nice job of using the tractor's front weight to help keep the weight moving. He's feathering the throttle and using a slight bounce of the front end to keep tugging at that 13,000 pounds, to keep it moving for a full pull. Look at this beautiful Farmall 560 LP. This propane-powered engine produces around 55 horsepower. Very strong, full pull. The Farmall W9 is up for a try. He's got a nice bounce going, and the sled is moving, but the weight is getting the best of this, and the struggle is over. He's flagged. We've added another 1,000 pounds, and the tractors are now pulling 14,000 pounds. The Minneapolis Moline moves in for a pull. He's got the sled underway. Look at those tires vibrate under the load. But he can't maintain grip, and there he's flagged at the 3-foot mark. The John Deere 70 is back with a new set of wheel weights for a run up to 14,000 pounds. He's off to a nice controlled start, but there those tires are losing grip and he is out at 5 feet. Gets the sled moving, but really can't keep up the momentum and is flagged. Here's the Farmall 560 LP. pops the clutch, but again it's lack of traction, not lack of power, that makes him come up short. John Deere 730. He gets the sled moving with a nice pop off the line, but the strain on the tires is tremendous and he's losing traction, and the big John Deere is stopped at the 18-foot mark. Here's the Minneapolis Moline Z for his shot at the 14,000 pounds. A nice start, a strong pull. He's got it going. It's a full pull for the Moline. Here's the Farmall 560 LP again. He revs, pops the clutch, and is off to a really strong full pull. Wow, he gets a full pull at 14,000 pounds. John Deere 730 is up next. A low rev start. A very strong full pull.
Got a full pull for Case.
John Deere 70 is hooked and ready. He gets the weight moving, but it sounds like power is a problem, and he is out at the 20-foot mark. John Deere 730 back for a shot at 14,000 pounds. Now things are getting interesting. They're loading up the sled with another 1,000 pounds. They're now pulling 15,000 pounds. Here we've got a big Minneapolis Moline Z.
15.5.
The big double M gets a nice pull started. But as he gets to around the 8-foot mark, he loses traction. Here's the Farmall 560 factory truck. He revs it high and pops the clutch, gets a great tug on the sled, and is off to a great full pull.
Full pull for Kevin.
Back for a try at 15,000 pounds is the John Deere 730. Off to a great, powerful pull. Look at those tires distort under the load. He's maintaining speed and he looks like he's in for a good full pull also. Here's another John Deere 730. Same powerful slow pull, but maybe a little too slow and he's losing traction and is out. Now we're talking. Let's add another 1,000 pounds for a total of 16,000 pounds and see what happens. Here's the Farmall 560. He's been a strong contender all year. He should have no problem with this weight from what we've seen in this beautiful tractor. Well, but there he goes, losing traction as he hits the dryer sand, and he is flagged. For his try is the Deere 730. He gets the slack out of the chain. Revs a little, lets the clutch out, and gets the sled moving. Let's see if he can keep it moving. Tires are really distorting now, and he's done it. He's won the class with a powerful pull of 16,000 pounds. First is the big Minneapolis Mowing GVI. 70 horsepower, 6 cylinders, and lots of torque.
Okay.
He revs. He lets the clutch out and the double M roars down the course. Oops, looks like he's losing traction. Yep, more and more and more as those tires are losing traction and he is out at 42 feet.
Hey, folks, I want to thank everybody for coming. We enjoyed putting it on for you. I hope you all enjoyed
Well, it's
it.
up to the John Deere 730 to beat 42 feet and take the ribbon for the heavyweights. Let's see what he can do.
Nothing worked here today. You've had a lot of people do a lot of work. So thank you very much. Last tractor of the day. Hoping the fair will have us again next year.
Great takeoff. It's slow, but he continues to move the sled down the course. Look at those tires. But I think those tires are losing traction. But he continues momentum and is still going. He's past the 42-foot mark.
Here you go, folks. Full McKay. He's good enough for first place. Taste the board. The first place winner.
And he's done it. He's got a full pull of an incredible 15,500 pounds and wins the heavyweight class. great finish to the County Fair Antique Tractor Pull. Hope to see you again next year at the County Fair Antique Tractor Pull.